lay down with him wife and him start to cry now. And then him start talk about stranger code. Me say, stranger code, them can't make him eat stranger code. Oh gosh. No, at that time the man start crying, Rasta. No, Andrea, it's like how you are laughing, you know. And so him did not cry. It's like how you are laughing.
But we take it for granted, you know. But for a lot of people, we are their dream.
No, I don't know the story, though. I don't know the story,
There's
though.
more.
Him asked me if I know how stranger code get him name. I said, no. Him start to tell the whole of we know. This is a German in his 30s now, you know. Him start to tell me how stranger code get him name now. So here I know, me say, all right, you know if you that now, seriously, if you find yourself at town tomorrow, me go care, him want to go down Orange Street. Me say Beverly's not there again, and him say him still want to go to see the space.
Yeah.
Him want to go see which part Prince Buster shop. Then me say, all right, here I know. Wait, no, me call. I shall not call the name of the person who I call to find out which part stranger. If I can get stranger call number, here the person tell me say, who name stranger call? He's a foreign artist. I vex. I say, look here. He's a German, not an old man neither. You know, it's him,
a young man.
Him is 35-year-old. Him come here with him wife. And the man can't tell me how stranger call get him name. The song, hey, me say, Joe Higgs, him say favorite Joe Higgs song is that There Is a Reward. The ska version. Because you know it's two versions.
Okay.
And then me say, yeah, you know, and the song My Enemies. Him say, oh man, and him start to sing the song My Enemies sing to me. I said, no, the people are serious. So why me I say that is to say this, that it's the things where we take for granted. People so emotional over that. When me see in front of some people, the man start to cry. There's no way me could have tell the man say, me can't carry go meet them man there.
Yeah.
Because when me take up the phone and start call, when him hear me actually attack to the man, them, you know, it's like him to get up and say, oh God, I'm going to faint. And him just sit down at the chair so that weak and him just start to cry, you know.
Well, I give you a joke. I'm in Brazil last month and I had to get I decided I'm going to Bahia because I haven't seen north of Sao Paulo. 5 times I've been to Brazil, so I jump my little self on a plane and I catch a flight to Bahia and I get off. Nobody in Bahia speaks English and I do not speak Portuguese. So this was an adventure from the beginning. Getting there now and get a cabbie that in Portuguese starts taking me all over. And as we tour the place and go and see the old quarter and where Oladun headquarters is.
It's them first time go to Brazil.
There you go. So we stopped now to have some lunch by a lovely cafe by the seaside and we're eating, and in his own way he's trying to communicate with me, and Bob Marley name call. And he wants to know, I think, if I knew Bob. And I said, no, but I know his son. I know his family. Yeah. Well, the man jumped up out of his chair, came around and started to hug me, and then got on his phone and started calling whoever to tell them that he was with somebody who actually knew somebody who was related to Bob Marley. He's all telling the waiter, you know, and they're like ready to take pictures. So I was like, hold on.
You don't know somebody who knows the family.
I know the family, but I don't know Bob.
But that is enough for them.
That was enough. Yeah. That's the point. And, you know, we underestimate how impressive we are, because I think we lack the confidence in ourselves more time, and because it's so ample and so enough. It's like when Mr. Dad tell me, say, on a Sunday morning, and when him open Studio One, you know, and him opening back door, he used to have auditions on a Sunday. Yeah. And when him opening back door, he's looking at the Wailers, he's looking at Dennis Brown, Marcia Griffiths, Burden Spears, you know, Alton Ellis,
just stand up,
Delroy Wilson. There's just talent that's like major international talent. And can close him and touch it, scatter lights, you know what I mean? Man. And we are so, it's like the weather. We are so blessed with so much that we take a clear day and clean air very much.
It's like some Kingstonian never go up on a beach yet. Yeah. Never go a beach yet in a hard coast or south coast. Them foot never touch a water in a Negril, in a, you know, they never see the garden them in a Portland or St. Andrews.
Or the river, it's unfortunate because you're in the middle of paradise and yet you're lost.
You don't know. So people come here and see the glee. You know, a man come here, you know, and collect Jamaican ferns and Ghana foreign with them. You know, Jamaica have like the most species of ferns.
Not only ferns, some herbs down there.
Yeah, but the ferns.
We have,
and the man know I make money off it.
Of course. I be driving up way up in the top of the mountain sometime, and I'm surprised to see some white people walking down the street.
Me tell you.
And they're up there farming and exporting, you know,
people
all
say
manner of
Jamaica dangerous.
things.
Okay,
Okay,
the more dangerous it is, the more they will go in it.
Good to go.
I tell you.
But they're finding value and opportunity in spaces that we leave to
yeah, man.
Merit,
some little bush over there on the roadside where we know it's not take care. I mean,
so you put that in a package with a label and put that in a health store in America.
Gosh,
you can't afford that.
That like fever grass now.
Okay.
Me have fever grass I grow this, so now just a chop out the fever grass and I grow too tall. And me I say, me I show a brethren with me there. So me I say, you see this? You see them leaf, you know, if me cut up them leaf and grind them leaf and put in a little plastic bag, you know. If you go a health food store in America, you know how much for this? And we there chop it off and make
Where's
the
it from? Jamaica?
Yeah. What? At that time them take it.
Yeah.
And not to mention we ganja.
Well, if only.
Not to mention we ganja.
And if only we would take the leap into hemp. There's so much that is here for us to create wealth with, which is, I think, one of the things you want to talk about tonight. This idea that not only are we blessed with a destination that is world class, we're as beautiful as any other point on the planet, but we are also blessed as a people with creativity, and with athleticism. We are good at sports, all manner of sports, but we don't deal with creativity and sports the way we deal with destination. We deal with destination like a business. We invest in it and we create tourism around it and we create revenue from
it. But don't know the thing where
we're not invested in we're not invested in the creativity and in the sports.
Because you know I hear Chris Brown. Chris Brown, him name?
Film director?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where him just make
Get Alive.
Name, Get Alive. And
yes.
As I read an article where
there's a preview of it coming on July 1.
I read an article where him talk about investors in the movie industry is far, and him really did have to dig deep to get some people to collaborate with him.
But credits to himself and his team and the investors who took that risk, because it's an excellent production. It's going to do very well in the market.
Well, I hope so.
And it really is a continuation of something began by people like Perry Hensel
and Chris Blackwell,
and taking the step out, because film is a different frontier and it is a very lucrative frontier, and there are many stories to tell in this country, and we haven't scratched the surface yet on that thing, but it's also very expensive. Film is different from music, in a number of ways, including the fact that it's so expensive to make a film versus what it is to make a record. But also in film, things tend to be budgeted and agreed to long before the lights turn on. In music, we just go in and make it and then figure out how we're going to figure it out. So it's a different approach business-wise.
All right, we want to talk about the business of music when we come far, because I know that is your forte and it look like it has served you well. All right. We want to talk about this business of music, and I know that this is part of your life, work, to deal with the business part of the music, where most people dare not venture in, yet still that is the part that feed a whole heap of people. All right. In one of the articles that I read, you mention about what the music can do, or not just the music, but the entertainment industry, including movies, including the music and things, what it can do according to the United Nations, you didn't say, right?
Well, the study was done by the UN, 5 agencies within the UN, including UNDP, WIPO, which is the Intellectual Property Organization, UNCTAD, which is the Trade and Development, and 2 other areas, UNESCO, and I think IT. But it's the first time the UN system has come together to look at any area like this, because they have been developing an agenda called a creative economy. And the idea is that, particularly for countries in the Southern Hemisphere, the idea of linking not just the core activity of music, but all the areas that link to it, and creating what I call value-added chains, so that a community can start to benefit as opposed to just an individual, was part of what they're trying to drive home. And so they looked at places around the world, particularly ones that had strong cultural centers. And of course, Jamaica is one of those spaces that worldwide is known for our creativity. So I participated in and contributed to a section about Jamaica and about brand Jamaica and the value of this creative industry that we have here. And it looked very much at not only the economic value, because one of the things that escapes us is that we don't have an exact dollar figure to put beside how much reggae earns or how much reggae earns for Jamaica. But one of the things that has come about in the last couple of years is a study by Dr. James up at the University of West Indies for WIPO and JIPO, a study that looked at the contribution of copyright sector to the GDP of Jamaica. And it came to about 4.8%, which is significant as far as contributions go, particularly for a sector that's not informal. It includes media, broadcasting, and it includes the creative industries, copyright industries that are the foundation of which is intellectual property. But they're significant generating areas, and they also are putting out a lot more than is putting into them. So they're amplified growth areas, and it seems to be very clear to the people outside of Jamaica that one of the competitive advantages we have is music and creativity. It seems less clear to the people in Jamaica, it seems, because we're still not taking the kind of bold policy steps or business steps to take advantage of the opportunities that are here.
All right, who is not taking it seriously? Because obviously artists are taking work seriously, but they don't know the business aspect of it. Obviously, the system that can really push it into a business thing is not looking towards it, because maybe of where it coming from.
Very much part of the problem.
Yeah. So who we are talking about when we say?
Well, yes, we're talking about policy. Obviously, we're talking about the policy makers. Okay. And we're talking about it in terms of an industry, as a national industry, and as a government. Yeah. Government, the private sector that usually feeds into any industry, and the industry itself. I mean, we ourselves have to take a lot of responsibility for where we are and where we're not, because it's we who have been driving it all along. The success of Jamaican music and the success of brand Jamaica is something that has happened organically. It's happened because of the creative entrepreneurs and their sweat and equity, their sacrifices and their innovations over the last 50 years. It's not because there was a government policy and there was a program and there was funding and none of that. You know, Mr. Dodd went and worked in, what do you call them? Picking crops in the US to earn his money to come back and buy a studio and farm worker. Thank you very much. Because he couldn't go into the bank and borrow any money to buy a studio. And it's not much different today. So
well, I mean, if them know say he's an artist, you have to pay more for your car insurance.
But we also have to be mindful that the business has changed tremendously. And so in the same way that opportunities were there before, they're still there, they're just there differently. Now what's really refreshing is that the young artists who are coming up now, I think, are a little more focused and more aware of the business of music and not just the passion of music. On the other hand, there's a lot of them who are more focused on the money as opposed to the art. And so there has to be a balance between the two. But in terms of taking advantage of the market opportunities that are there, both the country, the companies, and the artists at all levels need to retune themselves and focus on and have more long-term objectives and strategies. A lot of what we do is reacting. We wait until we reach the Olympics to start wondering if we're copyrighted. We wait until, success hits us, and then we're wondering how to follow up. So it's really a lot of information that you need to make yourself more ready is available. Unlike 20 years ago, when I came into this business, information was something people hugged up. You didn't have programs like Cutting Edge that would tell you what was happening or programs like Inside the Music Biz, where you could actually hear from people in the industry how the thing works. Information was something everybody hug up, and if you're lucky,
good have to buy it too.
The first, Mighty Diamonds, knock on wood and bless them. Not only did they give us the first chance to go on the road, but Diamonds was one of those groups who was sharing with us whatever they knew about business. People like Don Taylor. I learned a lot from Don Taylor as a manager, and I think there are not enough of that. There's not enough of that transfer of knowledge. But today there's this thing called the internet.
But so I talk to you, I remember Pele, I say, Pele work hard to make Jamaica realize a reggae night in Midem would be something of value. I mean, I see that sister there do some things where I say, Pele, she's not even a Jamaican.
But that is not something I thought Pele was Jamaican.
No,
I'm from Montego Bay, where she said,
she used to live in Montego Bay, but I said, no, she's not even a Jamaican. What means she should do?
And she worked from within Midem. She went to Midem for the purpose of bringing Jamaica into the space.
Have a reggae night. And Jumper is like, it's like Shafia said, but if them not see the benefit of this thing, and then from should do it, it's like them do it now.
Well, it was funny because the day I got hired at Jam Pro, I was in Midem 5 days later, and I met Pele.
Yeah.
I had met Pele just before I went, and we went across, and it was in that same week of meeting her and going that same reggae night we saw you and Burning Spear at, that we actually met with the head of Midem.
Yeah.
And bid for and got opening night the following year for Jamaica.
Yes.
And that began that campaign of that big presence for the sounds of Jamaica at Midem. But Pele was instrumental.
All right, so tell me, all right, I don't know if you have it half and also. You talk about the GDP and the 4%.
4.8.
You need enough figures like money earned, money could have earned, money out there where is earned because of the music.
There are guesstimates, but there's not hard. Here one of the problems, for instance. There's not a lot of accurate royalty accounting going on in the reggae music business. A lot of artists, once they release their record, barely get a royalty, much less a statement. And one of the things that allows for other musics to be valued is that there are systems and mechanisms within the system, the distribution and retail system, that allow you to capture sales.
Yes.
We are behind in that area.
I realize that.
And we are still lacking in mainstream distribution in a way that allows us to reflect that. And at the same time, like when we went to Midem, we had 21 companies, we had 21 artists. We closed the Midem floor every night. We were the last country to close doors because we were doing so much business. And at the end of that process, we could not get the companies to disclose what business they had done. So we could not quantify.
I think we happened that man afraid a tax man for come.
Well, in Jamaica, it's either the tax man or the gunman, but it's a very
it's a problem too.
Oh, hello. That's another program. So it's hard. It's hard when success is something you have to hide. Or people feel that they want to hide in Jamaica. In America, you can go online and I can go to any major company and look at their returns on a quarterly basis. I can get all the details, how much them spend, how much them lose, how much them earn. You can't do that in Jamaica.
So you think that is part of the whole a big problem? Information,
because without the information, people don't understand necessarily, and what they don't understand they can't necessarily trust. So there's work to be done on both sides, on the capital and on the cultural. We need to articulate our value and demonstrate our value in business terms. And the business needs to make itself more familiar, not only lucrative but realistic for us as a country, because we're competitive in this area. This is not like this is not like a fantasy that if we can do well. We're doing well.
We are doing well.
We could do better.
All right. Years ago, a sister invited me a thing named Kunu Kunu Pass in a Junker Mountain there, and we take the trip. It's about 6 miles a walk in. We are take the trip where Kojo, not Kojo, Kwako take, and to tell you the honest truth, believe you me, I have never seen somewhere as beautiful as through that pass. Them call it Kuno Kuno Pass. Recently, I hear that them going to make it a heritage. Them going to make it a heritage site.
I heard them talking about it too.
But today, I heard that the people them, the international people them who decide
whether it's a designation or not,
kind of have it on a whole because of some other thing that them supposed to include it and not included and this and all them thing there. All right. May I say that we are waiting upon these people to make it legitimize it for it, see? Yet still, the sister who inside of that place where when you end the work, you end up a fair place and you see drummings and the Moortown people, them and all them thing there take part in it. She has struggled so hard to get some legitimacy from the government and from the people them who can make it a value to the tourist industry. I have seen say the music industry have the same problem. I don't think say an artist wouldn't like some interjection of like venture capitals in a certain things. It's just that because the artist is who the artist is, it's not Mr. This a son and it's not Mr. That the son and him never live above half a tree or something. It's the way him go above half a tree is that him have to earn that and decide say, wait, me I'll take my money and go live above half a tree.
Yeah.
Me go take my money and go buy a Ranger and them something there. So it look like him is part of that elite, which him is really not because him still can't go in now. No care how much Ranger him drive and no care how much him live a big house on top of the hill. Him is still who him is. Him can't go in our bank and sit down and tell the manager, say, look here, we need $1 million for go build a half studio and in time and that, we can't make back that and that. The manager nah go listen to him.
But here one of the things though. Here one of the things. Well, couple things would have to happen. But one of the things to be realistic about, money is not an easy thing to let go of in this economy. And nobody's jumping to take risk with their money because you don't know if you get it back. Worse for you to jump up and give your money to a sector you don't understand. People make investments based on a little research, a little understanding, and a lot of confidence in being able to put in and get back what they put in. So if it is that you don't understand it, then one thing you need to know about entertainment, it is not like selling car parts. This is a risk business. It is a venture intensive business, but it's also something that if it does work, pays back in multiples. Yeah, but I think part of the it has to be done project by project. It's not going to be this blanket thing where all of a sudden a bag of money is there and everybody can go get it. It's going to be for us to build opportunities like Get a Life. Get a Life is an example. Our product, an idea that went from being an idea to being developed as an idea to being financed as an idea to being produced as an idea. Now it's a product. But it's a strategy, it's a step, and it's a process involved. So money not going to just fly out the sky, and it's not going. There's no grant money out there. That money is dried up, not just in Jamaica. It's dried up all over the world. So it really is now. How do you smartly take what you do have, which is your talent, which is your idea, which is your brand, and how do you build a business model around that so that it's attractive to somebody to take that risk with you? You can't just fling it down on the table and say, boy, no. Because part of the problem is, even if I'm popular and my stuff playing on the radio, that don't mean I'm selling anything. It don't mean I'm earning when I'm touring. A lot of people touring
and now make no money.
They don't even bringing 200 people into the club.
All right, but with the help of a capital and a business person, maybe that can change.
That's the only way going to change. I mean, it took the entrepreneurs from a dad to a Blackwell.
Yeah, so the risk could have dead then. I mean,
the risk not going to change, is some people with money who have the passion and understanding the business to invest again in Jamaican music.
Yeah, all right. For example now, Andrea Davis, the Lupa Muta Baroka now, I say, why Muta, me see him move a certain way, him look like a brand. How me can look for Muta and make some money out of Muta, but Muta make some money too.
Yeah.
All right. And you see how Muta move, and you say, boy, culture, you know, him look like he's a cultural youth, you know. Maybe
there's a fashion line. Yeah.
Why is it that inside, or that far side, couldn't be coming from the soul to Andrea?
And from the capital, because really and truly.
No, but you say, remember, the brand never have the capital all the while.
No, but I'm saying, if I have some money over here and I see you over there that look like I could take something, if you had a little money and I can take what you have as a brand and earn something and you earn something, then whether you came to me or not, I would be coming to you.
Yeah, but Andrea might be afraid of the brand. Mm-hmm. There's a fear that because of who the person is, them fear for God say, boy, you want me have $10 million in them. We like invest in a shoes where you know wear. Why? We could advertise our shoes where you know wear and make it go. You know, it's like it's almost like I sit down on the wall and watch me. It's
there
like,
you go.
I watch you and you are watch me.
Yes, and I go wait till you make it and then I may jump on and watch it.
And then me I say, but I don't want to go to that man there because the man in help nobody. And them always at them and them.
Or if them come, is them a try rob me?
Yeah, they a try rob me. Yeah. So
you see that mistrust. Trust is a big issue for us. Trust is a big, and it stops us from doing a lot of things we need to do.
Yeah. You know? This is a cutting edge and RFM.
It's now or never. Time's running out. You've hit the wall, but you just can't get it going. Get the boost your brain needs now with Lucozade Extra.
Andrea, a man just called me a while ago and him say the GDP is $12 billion and film 4.something% where you mentioned him says about $500 million US.
Right, he's right. It's about 465 million US.
Yes, 400. That's right. Where yeah, so
I found a study.
If you multiply that by 84 or 85, you're gone over billions. Yeah. You're gone over billions.
I did also find a little section, if you indulge me a second, I want to just read back on that UN report.
Yeah.
We were talking about Pele a while ago and Midem and Jamaica's entry into Midem in the 96-97 period when we were because we talked about Crucial Substance 20 years ago when Crucial Substance was coming. We came just at that point when the music started to make that change.
Yes, yeah.
And I remember we struggled to even get, when we finally got our album together, to even be able to get the album pressed, and it was an artist named Muta Baruku who lent us some money to press our cassettes. You never think I remember, and to try and get our music to radio, but without some help on another level, airplay in radio was not happening, and that has just gotten worse over time.
Of course,
where this idea of payola.
I know we hear the
stifled the creativity.
About $15 billion.
Well, I'm happy to hear they're talking about it at last, because that's something we've been lobbying.
Them and try frighten people.
But you know that's not helping. It's not helping because it's giving us distorted perceptions of what charts. The chart system in Jamaica is so skewed that it's not taken seriously overseas.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
The airtime is so stifled by other agendas other than playing good music that the new stuff is not getting a chance to be heard. Yeah. Neither the new stuff from the old artists or the new stuff from the new artists.
Well, you know, the new stuff from the old artists can't do on stage, you know, because nobody know why I hear the new stuff from the old artists.
Well, you know, it's funny because you see when those same old artists go overseas.
Big.
Hello.
Big.
New music from good artists don't get old.
Well,
and good music don't get old.
I remember Toots them now go on a vintage show because I'm a vintage artist.
Well, if you see a Toots animator show anywhere in the world, it is filled with young college kids.
May I tell you?
From, as Master Griffith says, his audience goes from the kindergarten to the home for the aged.
Not to mention Lee Scratch Perry.
Okay, and the list goes on, and Burning Spear and
this is the cutting edge, you know, say this tune was made twice. One for Coxon and one for Lee Scratch. This is the Lee Scratch production of this big tune. This is the cutting edge on RFM. To the eves of what we call Reggae Day, and we have the originator of this glamorous day, international day, right in the studio with me, Andrea Davis. We're talking about the music industry tonight and the this and the that's of the music industry. You know, we just mentioned about the money earning of music internationally? I mentioned trillions.
2.2 trillion.
2.2 trillion. And you know have the percentage. How much out of that is Jamaican?
Oh no.
You know have the one time I did see a record of that nature, where them show you how much money the Jamaican music make outside of Jamaica.
No, I'll tell you where that number came from. When I was developing the marketing plan for the Sounds of Jamaica, and Jam Pro, one of the first challenges, everybody wanted to know how much this thing worth. So off you go trying to find some research or some statistics to show the value. At the time, the IFPI.
What is the IFPI? You can't talk.
IFPI. This is the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry.
Okay.
This is the organization around that licenses all CD manufacturers around the world. They put out the codes that allow for everybody to accumulate sales and register manufacturers and so on. They're the ones who issue the sales charts around the world. So you know how much music sells in America and in Japan and who are the top 10 countries and all that kind of stuff. The Caribbean wasn't even measured at that point. We were so small in the scheme of things. Our economy of scale, it wasn't even worth the paperwork and the admin person to come and look at what we were making. Moreover, we didn't have any formalized system of capturing this information.
Yes.
So for a lot of this kind of exercise, the statistics, the Caribbean isn't even on the map. It was about 2 years after we started lobbying for them to find a way that the first chart appeared in the IFPI book, and it was the single sales of reggae music in the UK as the first chart. After that, there were some efforts to try and generate some statistics here, and based on what they thought we might be spending on just people, about $2 million estimated.
That is what
the value of these international Jamaican music industry.
Outside of Jamaica, that though.
In total, yeah. Now, how much of that comes back to Jamaica?
Yeah, you don't know.
No.
But you're not going to know because the artist not going to say.
It's not only the artist. A lot of times we focus on the artist, but before a record stopped sell, it wasn't necessarily the artist who was making the money. And maybe it's the studio. Yeah. Maybe it's the manufacturer, and maybe it's the there's a lot of other ways in which the money was being.
Yeah, and there's a weird thing. Jamaican, the police in New York City used to say the problems we have with the Jamaican dance is not as it's terrible. I mean, the mafia in New York is terrible, but the dance them in a Jamaican dance them is worse because the mafia done not going to stand up on a corner and sell coke. The Jamaican done will stand up on the corner and Nasrat Avenue and Franklin Avenue and sell coke. Now, the thing with this, why I say that is this, that we in Jamaica, we know so we are going on tour and we just press a town CD without any of the printing palette for register.
No barcode.
We just press a town CD and just carry it.
Code.
We give that amount of 100, that amount of 100 and say, come. I will go up on the road and we sell the CD. There's no way for register that.
Because we're so busy trying to hide a little bit where we're making rather than look at the big bit where we can make. So we don't want to report nothing and we don't want to pay that. So everything is cash to go. And we don't really need a record or a contract, which is always funny because you don't want to commit to anything. And then when you're getting a problem, you have nothing to fall back on. Many artists have gone out there because somebody waved $2 in front of them and said, come to the show, and then him reach out there and catch hell. And don't have this, that, and there's no contract that said he was to give you that in the first place.
Yes. Where I usually do is buy the record, the CD them from the record company where actually press the CD them that I know so well I can get royalties from it instead of go behind them back and press CD, because I know artists will go behind the record company back and press the same CD when give the record company.
Isn't that the difference between how we think about it? Now, the foreign artists, they would want to buy it, not only because they would know they get royalties, but it makes their sales go up.
Yes.
Because they're actually generating sales numbers for their titles.
You get money, you get the CDs them at the rate where the record, the distributor get the CD them from the record company.
Exactly.
See, plus when you sell it on the road, you get the percentage of
the markup
the
that is yours, yeah.
And then you get the...
Exactly.
So it's like I want miss the boat when him go around the corner.
But you have to share and care to get more.
Yes.
You see this everything from you see the hustle?
Yeah, the hustle
is killing it.
We have
at all
vibes.
levels.
We have hustle vibes in our
and this idea of sampling, so we can give it to you now, but we can't give it to you again and again.
All right. So what you think? All right. What we can do for make it straight? I mean, we know we talk about the government and the culture, the brand that we have could have stepped up. But as minister, if you was a minister of music, no, we not take away how much name the Bible Grains things. We are talking about a different thing now. We are say ministress of music industry and distribution of the brand Jamaican music. We're not talking about nothing else now. We are talking about the music now. Tell me what you would have do. What you would have do.
A couple of things. Boy, so much things to start with. But,
well, you have the time. You have the time. Trust me, you have the time.
All right. One of the things that we need to start to build on is relationships in the markets. One of the things Jamaican music has always suffered from in terms of earnings is a proper distribution system. So we make more records than anybody else, but for the most part, they sit in the studio on the tape same way, or a few copies are issued to media, or we send a couple in the mom and pop stores, but we're not getting music to Australia and to Brazil and to Singapore and to these other markets. We're so busy focusing on America and focusing on Europe that we forget the world is a big place.
Africa.
And that Africa is probably the single easiest place in which to get 10,000 people to come see an artist that's just coming, as opposed to trying to get those 200 people in North America. So I think one of the first things would be to develop more strategies of going into the emerging markets. These markets overseas where they're hungry for Jamaican music, they don't get enough of it, neither live nor recorded. I think one of the other things we have to focus on is the internet.
Yes.
And the technology. It has changed not only how people receive music, but how music is made. And when the technology started to impact Jamaican music in the 80s, and the computer came in, instead of using the technology, we let the technology use us. So it got to the point where we had more records but less music. And we are busy letting the technology to drive the innovation instead of making the innovation use the technology
to make it a better.
Exactly, to enhance it and to distribute it. It's really the distribution and production, but the creativity is supposed to still be us.
Yeah.
When we start lose that, we start lose with space. So right now, as popular as reggae music is worldwide, the share for Jamaica has shrunk.
Yes.
In the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah. It's like the music appear to be bigger, but it's less earnings.
No, the music is big.
But less
But
earnings.
the earnings for Jamaica are shrinking.
It's less, yes. It's going down.
It's shrinking. There are a whole heap of live reggae and ska festivals all over the world.
Yes.
There's no Jamaican ska artist leaving here to go perform.
No. They have over 300 different ska bands in America alone. 300.
You know that band's slightly stupid, right?
They
don't stop work.
No, serious. Yeah, you have. Maybe I work for Jamaican don't know that. But you have over 300 ska band, not reggae band. Because we never talk about the reggae band, we can't call.
Okay.
But ska band, we have played ska. And I go back to this German version I'm telling about now. Him play music in Germany, and it's ska and rock said him play, but him emphasis is on ska.
Yeah.
Him want to buy some ska records. So you must know, this is not like an underground thing,
No, this is very mainstream.
This is mainstream.
No
thing.
doubt it's a ska band.
Yeah,
no doubt started as a ska band.
Yes.
Yeah. You talk about Germany, we know said Germany is the second largest vinyl market in the world. I mean, they have more vinyl. I think maybe right now they have more sound system than we do.
Yes, Germany.
Yeah. Because their sound system like on every corner.
Yes. And they might play Jamaican music.
Yeah, the roots are the better.
Yeah, so how is it that,
We have this tendency to let go the old because we go and grab something new.
Yeah.
So ska came, and then we dropped Mento. And when Rocksteady come, we drop ska.
And then
when reggae come, we drop Rocksteady. And now dancehall, everyone drop reggae. What we should be doing is embracing all of it because there's a market for every single one of those sounds out there. Look at the Jolly Boys.
Did you know?
They just came off tour with Sade. Okay.
They was opening with Sade.
and they just came off of the Jay Leno show.
No, this is serious thing.
I mean, big up to the Jolly Boys.
People hear me talk about Jolly Boys all the while and play the music. But Jolly Boys, I remember last year, me there, I mean, me there from the Indian Ocean, and I come back here, so me attack, and the daughter tell me say, which part of the Jolly Boys, I want them company, because they say, you know, so them just come across Indian Ocean. I say, but at the same Indian Ocean, we are come across to know. So me I say, look at Jolly Boy, the lead singer is like 72-year-old. 50 odd years, he might play him like a banjo and him this and that. Now, he might open in him 70 odd year old.
For one of the biggest super.
They might play.
Yep, and they're loving it.
How is that possible that Jamaica
because good music does not get old. Good music does not get old. And what people out there in the world want, you know, is originality. It says that they've never heard Mento before and it come out. It's brand new to them. It's old to us, but it's brand new to them.
Yes.
You know, and we underestimate the reality that there is a market for every one of these Jamaican sounds that we have. So we don't need to dash with the old to come with the new.
No.
We need to just open the space wider so that we can. America never dash for country music to go take up hip hop. They don't dash for rock music to take up jazz. They just put it all out there, and we need to do the same thing.
All are different. When you look at
there you go, and they have awards, and they have structures, and they have labels that support the business, and they're under the umbrella of a country that encourages creativity as an economic.
So we follow everything else, and we can't follow these.
Tell me now.
Yeah, I mean, we can't say it's these things. It's that we must follow.
Well, that's really what the UN study was trying to say, you know.
Yeah.
In the North, they've already started. This is what they do. When Mickey Mouse was going to expire, Congress went to the bat and extend the copyright law because that's how important copyright is to the economy of the United States.
Yes.
When China wouldn't play fair with copyright, they were going to part company at the trade table.
With China, yes.
With China. These are major issues.
The bootleg DVD, them the CD, not DVD.
We
DVD.
have Studio One going into public domain and we don't care.
Yeah, because little more, everybody can do anything with Studio One.
It's already started.
And take everything and
it's already started. We're still at a 50 year. Yes, which is what we've been Reggae Day been lobbying for the last few years. We need to step it up. Yeah, man, we need to extend our protection. We're just understanding this thing much less for us to be competitive.
But next year is 50 years, you know.
50 years gone already. Mr. Dodd celebrated 50 years in 2004.
True.
2003.
No, me talk about the independence celebration.
Yeah, but by that time, music done start making in Jamaica. Yeah, man, from 56, Harry Belafonte make the first.
50 years, when we did that, do the 100.
Shoot, Miss Lou was recording from 54.
Yeah, that's a serious thing. Is that serious?
Yeah, so Miss Lou is gone into public domain, but Mickey Mouse is still protected. There's something wrong in that balance.
May I tell you, Mickey Mouse, can you imagine that little half-dead rat?
Yeah, but he's worth billions of dollars.
And they just put a dog with him named Goofy.
And Pluto, don't forget.
Just work out.
There's a whole family of animals.
Yes.
And when it comes to merchandising, Disney is an excellent example of how you take lifestyle brand and turn it into economy. Because when Disney puts out a movie, the movie make money, you know, but it don't make money like the merchandise.
Yes.
And they'll merchandise everything from toothbrush to school bag, from Halloween costume to lunch kit. And we need to do the same. There's a lot of things that these colors that we have that are perhaps more synonymous with the country than the green, gold, and black. The red, green, and gold of reggae music is the banner that, even though other countries in the world have those colors in their flag, Jamaica is the first country that's associated with those colors.
Red, gold, and green, and black.
You see, we started to make some children's wear, leisure wear, not just T-shirts, but lifestyle. Like how Nike is no longer a sneakers company. Nike is a lifestyle company.
Yes.
And that's really what Jamaica has as a brand advantage. We are a lifestyle brand. People don't want to sing like us or hear our music. They want to know how we walk, what we eat. We understand everything about us, how we talk, how we dance, how we do it here, everything. They want to adapt some element. And there are product lines and all of that.
Of course.
So it's really a question of how we manage this wealth.
3 weeks ago, I there Mexico City, and I could not believe. You know that Tom where them sell in the North Coast with the locks.
With the locks attached.
I could not believe how popular that thing was in Mexico City.
Hello.
I mean, like everybody who was selling. Panacana, everybody in the market where we go, have on this Tom with this locks hang out so tight. Me I say, but wait, want to get that? And make them there.
Okay.
Them now bring it from Jamaica and make it there. So most of the Rasta paraphernalia is them. A Korea it come from and China.
You know, it's a very funny thing that I find most of the red, green, and gold merchandise that is consumed in the world comes out of places like Central America and Europe, not out of Jamaica. Likewise, when I was in South Africa, I think I wore more African clothes than I could find in South Africa.
Yeah.
Because all the African material was being made in Netherlands and Holland and these places.
Even Ghana too.
And Belgium.
Yeah.
You know, the former slave masters were the ones who were making the fabric that was indigenous to the culture, and you couldn't find it in South Africa.
Yeah.
Well, we need to start recognize that the music that we're saying that doesn't sell, it sells through merchandise. It sells through advertising.
Yeah, that's
it sells through experience. It sells through destination. You talked earlier about the man wanting to go down to Orange Street.
Even though the place not there. If you just want to see the space.
You see the management and the preservation of the cultural space. Places like Trenchtown, places like Orange Street, places like Brentford Road. Those places should be walking destinations with sidewalk cafes and movie houses that screen old footage of vinyl experience. We would have.
This man is willing to take a taxi from St. Elizabeth to come to Kingston and pay a hotel room that costs nearly $100 just to see the space where Beverly's Records.
Well, at least he has good taste, because Beverly's Records was perhaps one of the most important labels in Jamaican music. It's amazing how many people came out of Leslie Khan's studio.
Me ask him, when I tell him about Derek Harrier chap, he asked me if I one stop, me I go. Me say, no, Derek Harrier, again, Derek Harrier at the uptown, because Derek Harrier is on King Street. The man say, him just want to see the space where the shop them used to there. I say, I'm okay with Tough Gang used to there. Because Tough Gang used to the right road from the corner Derek Harrier shop, and they walk come on Orange Street and then all of them places. The man willing to pay a taxi fare from
just to drive past.
Just to see the space, Rasta. Then how come we not see? I mean, if tourists are going to pay to come see a space, why we can't capitalize on it? I mean,
because we don't value that space the same way. We don't value the space, and we don't have that appreciation and passion and respect and confidence in our roots. I remember, I used to hear you perform. When I first come to Jamaica, and you were doing more shows at that time, and I could see Muta as an artist. And I remember one show, I think it was out at Immaculate on the field there, and you started doing some poetry, and it was very militant. And like the crowd started to quiver up in themselves, and you had to stop. You say, what happened? Why is it every time I talk about these things, the black people look like they're more embarrassed about it than the white people? That's why I never go past some face again, because them get embarrassed. Yeah. And yet when you go away, it is the white people who are there to hear exactly what you have to say. Look here. And I said this many times, and I blow in a trumpet here now, and I feel good about it. The last Sumfest I did was in 1993. I have pictures of you from that. Them never put me back on it because them say something. Yes. Me never cost about it, No, but you mash a can. Yeah, me mash can. Here one now. If you can show me one artist that go up on Sumfest, all you hear them attack this and attack that they mash Sumfest and this and this and that is still collecting. After how much years? From 1993 to 2003, and nearly 15 years. Almost. If you can show me artists we are collecting for Sumfest right now, except Muta Baroka, because from that till now, me still a collect for that, because me is the only artist we have a DVD
Muta Baruka live at 1993 Sumfest that it's released in South Africa and from them time there
till now
distributed from Europe, pick up in South Africa by a next company and up to no anytime me go South Africa and me want hotel pay for me hotel and me want some money for go to health food store. Me can go to the record company and say look here where the royalty statement there. I me get royalty statement run like trouble.
Is that Gallo?
No, I don't tell you it's with Gallo. But I have a CD with Gallo, you know. The latest CD we have is with Gallo. I don't really like them now again still. Because I have a CD with them and I don't see them, I don't know. But this record company I tell you about, we distribute this DVD, Baruka Live 1993 Sumfest. We still get royalties.
And you see the DVD is very important, you know, because while CDs are easy to pirate and the culture of free music has gotten to the point where file sharing is like a nothing. There's still a market out there for people who want to hold the thing in them hand. And there's definitely a market out there for people who want to not just hear the music but see the music.
See the artists.
And that's one of the things, especially for the older artists who, you know, trying to find videos of that golden era of ska and rocksteady. It's hard to even find pictures, much less videos. And so the visual part of the story of that music is not gone, and it's gone for some who are gone, but it hasn't been produced yet.
Trust me, if you go to Japan, you see it. If you go in
whereas the young artists now, every song him doing have a video for it. So there you go and Google somebody, you get 15 videos fly up. The other ones you're lucky to find somebody with a camcorder taking in a live show somewhere with some bad sound that represents the majority of the people who really tour regularly. So one of the things, going back to your question of what we would do, is to begin to build the videos and the visual catalog to match the audio catalog. And to find ways to repackage and resell the valuable catalog that we think is gone and not going anywhere. There's a whole new market out there. Again, you look at people like Toots, young people. Well, you have to learn how to build around it. And one of the things we have to recognize is not that music not selling anymore, you know, because I hear Lady Gaga laughing at her, how much million units that she's moving, and they ask her, is music selling? She said, oh yeah. You know, she's selling like 88 million units. She's good. But it is that who's paying for the music has changed. So today, a lot of artists are giving away their singles because what they need to get the fan to buy is the ticket for the concert. Is the T-shirt to go with it.
There's the money
is the
card into them.
Is the member, you know what I mean? Is those other things. And now you're looking in a space where is the advertisers who are paying to give the music to the people free. So maybe it's not that you're selling a CD to Mary, but maybe it's being given courtesy of Company A, who not only give the company has been transferred with this experience that is positive in the mind of the consumer.
But I am wondering, you see, that these corporate businesses in Jamaica, like for instance the telecommunication companies, who is investing in all these dance competitions and singing competitions, I don't know if it's a nearsightedness or a farsightedness. I don't know which one of them it is. It's some unsightedness. Some unsightedness. Why is it that them can't look for the bigger picture? Because there is a bigger picture to see in this whole thing.
Well, I think one of the things is that we're always so busy looking down at the bottom line that we can't look up at the possibilities. There's a lot of very young, enthusiastic decision makers in the industry, and there's a lot of experienced old heads. But there's a lot of sameness about what, you know, people will go with what they think works already. Making something new work takes a little more work. So it's like a record company. You know, if they find an artist that work, then they want 10 more like that. So when Shabba bust, they come to Jamaica looking for 10 more Shabbas.
They want who's the next Bob Marley.
Exactly. And trying to take it step at a time and deal with each thing as an original means that you're not sticking it into the cut and paste. You have to go do something different. And I guess that's where that laziness and that hustle thing come in again.
But Vibes Cartel seem to come as a difference. How come Vibes Cartel not international? I mean, he may think him international, but me know, say him not international. So,
well, you know, a lot of what is very popular, you said it earlier, what is very popular in Jamaica, especially in the last 10, 15 years, does not make a ripple in the market
overseas.
It
is about 10 years old, don't it? It is about 10 years old.
That much,
Yeah, but I mean, what I say now, him obviously is a different artist. Him bleach without hide it, you know, him chat things without, you know what I mean? Him is almost unique. So why is it that maybe it's not that the market want then? Them not recognize as a Jamaican flavor.
Well, I think if I listen to the last 10 years of feedback in the market, it's not just cartel. I think this direction that the music has taken in the last 10 to 15 years, which mirrors in a lot of ways the direction the society has taken. Because these kids aren't making music out of their corners. They're making it rough for what they're seeing and feeling. And so if the music going sour, then the country also has to look at what it's doing, why the music going sour. But I think what we hype in Jamaica and what works in the dance is two different things. A lot of the artists who are really big overseas don't hardly ever come to Jamaica.
But we come to the conclusion and say the good music can make still.
Yeah, it's still making.
So it's not necessarily that is where the place I go. It's really where the media allow it to reach.
It's where the media is shining the spotlight. Yeah. But it's hard for young artists or even established artists to continue to survive if you have to survive in Jamaica, because the airwaves and the stages seem to only open up for certain types of music and certain types of artists, and the more controversy and the more, it's almost like the more negativity, the more support. And the more positive you are, the less support.
First time controversial was when you criticize the government. No controversy is when you talk the nastiest
thing you can get away with on here. But it go back to the media again, because whatever the media shine the light on, it suddenly becomes important. So if you look even like American TV and reality TV, a lot of that is garbage. But because it's highlighted and it's on the even news, and after Kim Kardashian does this thing in this episode, it's on 4 other channels talking about the thing. Yes, and it's hyped, and there's a lot of that happening for us.
How you feel as a woman when you see them have a program I know, if you watch it on the CVM, the music channel, CVM have a different channel, and the RTV and the whatsoever TV them. How you feel as a woman if you see that 99.99% of the music video them have not half naked now, a 3/4 naked woman, either wind up her bottom, wind up her belly. How you feel as a woman when you see that?
Well, I think not only as a woman, as a parent, as a Jamaican, it's disheartening to see a whole generation being misled in a direction that can't have a long and happy end. Because when we as women start to allow ourselves to be objectified in that way, and for a lot of them, I guess because they don't have the guidance or the exposure, this might be their ambition to be in the video light. There's a lot of young girls coming up today that feel like getting into those videos where they can shake what they got is a sign of success, is an ambition for them. And they don't realize that there's other things out there in the world for them.
Andrea, we see some sisters where I would say have a nice education background. I mean, I really want to call them name too. Maybe by before the program I call them name. But it's like me see these sisters who articulate in them speech, not coming from ghetto family.
That they feel like it's a necessity.
But anytime you see them on the video, it's like when you watch one of them video there, you say, but wait, you mean video after video after video, you have to have a 3/4 naked girl in it, or what? Why the video can't tell a story about what the tune is saying? Like if you're going to make a video and you talk about a situation, like how you say welcome to Jamrock, and you see it show a specific situation. Why is it that the DVD have to just have a man will bend down in front of the camera and him come up in front of the camera, and then you have some naked girl like that?
You hit a very good point, because here it is. To be a director today, It's like being a producer.
Yeah.
A lot of people who call themselves producer don't know Ace from a C.
Yeah.
They just have maybe the equipment and they know how to press stop and start, and they can sample something out of the computer. And by the time them hit mix, it's like the other day I realized DJs who are mixing on a computer are not really even mixing. There's a software,
Yeah,
and from you click the song, the fades and everything are automatic.
I mean,
okay, so that the art of this thing has been lost in all of that.
Yes.
And right now there's a bag of people out there with a digital camera who are not only cameramen or directors,
yes.
They all have a station. Yeah. If you don't mind, Sharp, they're actually a television station. And there's nobody saying what is good or bad, but they who are making the picture. And so for them and their taste, their training and their exposure and their eye and who they think they're marketing to, you know, it's a borderline soft pornography or hard pornography in some case that is happening there. And again, it goes back to the media and what we allow.
Yeah, but we allow it on the TV. I mean.
But should we?
I think we have 50 different, 100 different channels. But would have vexed if me just have 2 channels and no one.
And that's all you can catch.
I mean,
you'd feel like you're in Germany.
This is the Continental RFA. We're talking to Andrea Davis, the founder of International Reggae Day, which is this Friday, the 1st of July. And there are certain activities that is taking place. So discuss some of these activities. First, we want to say the time is 12 o'clock. Good night, sir.
Well, that's about 10 here now, may try to get your motor.
Well,
I'm a call to my first ever try to get you.
Well, you get me now, so make you sight.
Motor.
Make you sight.
All right, hear me now, motor. This is a man from Black Shop in Aputosi.
Yeah, you have to talk about where we are talking about on the radio now, you know. Don't bring off no.
All right, yeah, man. Hear what me say now.
Nobody tells you the road one fix up there, you know.
Yes, me here too.
All right.
Me used to live right on a Dandini there, man.
Yeah, me know. Run a Black Shop, yeah.
Yes, I mean, son to my butt, my calling people, Eric Murray down a Black Shop and all them thing there.
Yeah.
But you happen to me now, me have a baby mother live up at Sandyland. Where she leave the baby from she was about 3 months old and leave me and gone, and the girl turned big now, mother, everything I want, her mother. So me want to give out a number that she can call me and can get in touch with her daughter.
All right, go on. So you know what, to get in touch with you?
Yes. The people them name, she have a brother named, she have a brother named,
that's why she left you.
Cecil used to ride on Selfish, man.
Yeah.
Selfish, and he have a brother named Doctor. And the girl named G. The girl have the baby for me, named G.
She have the baby for you.
And her sister named Dell.
She have the baby for you?
Yes.
And who have the baby now?
Me have the baby, man. The girl turned big one and married and everything, and she want her mother.
Then she have the baby for you then? And you have the baby?
Yeah, man, I may have a baby.
Okay.
She turned big man now, married and she want her mother.
Okay.
So I want to give out a number.
So how old the baby for you is now?
She married, she big.
Yeah, how old she is?
The girl at 32 now, man.
Okay, and you call her girl and baby still, all right.
Yes, she a big woman now, man. Married and
that's why the woman left you. Go ahead. Tell me the number. Give me the number.
So my number is 925 1917.
925 1917.
Yeah, that is my home number that I call, but I have a cell number too.
So you have any idea where she there?
The who? She there man up at Sandyland.
Then I put towards you there at Sandyland or something so you can't go up there go look for your rasta.
But me there town.
Oh, you got a town go live now?
Me there town over 17 years now motor.
You come like me.
Me live right up at Constant Spring Road, man. Me there 7A Central Avenue.
You live for towards like me?
Yes, man.
All right.
Me know you're good in a motor. Me used to see the part, man.
Then put towards in a little man. Let me ask you a question now. Oh, you know that she still live at Sandyland.
But if she not there, her brother and people them there. She have a brother named Doctor, one named Cecil.
All right. So give me the next number now. Give me the next number.
The other number is 858-0042. 858-0042.
So anybody will know the whereabouts?
Yes, of Dell, when sister named G, our doctor, our Cecil.
Yes. Must call them number there because
yes, them call the number.
Yes.
You
So let me
understand?
ask you a question now. A long time you look for her?
Yes.
Long time you look for her?
Yeah.
All right. All right,
Hello?
sir. I hope you find her.
I hope so. And Mota,
Yes, sir.
hear me now. I want to give the number to this brother. There's a brother named Never Putozi. I want him, anybody who know Never, give Never the number to.
Call the number them again.
925 1917
Yeah.
and 858-0042.
All right. You and me, I go suggest to you now.
Yeah.
Why not take a van and go up a Sandyland from Constant Spring? Go up a Sandyland, go find the woman if you think you're up there still, or whosoever you want up there. You know, it's that easier.
Yeah, me tell you now. Me blind now, you know.
Oh, you're blind?
Me blind now.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, me I hear you, man. Stop into the radio, man.
Yeah, me blind now. Somebody call up on my cell phone.
Oh, maybe I them a call you know to tell you which part you there.
Hello? Hello? They hang up motor. All right, go on motor.
Maybe I them a call you to tell you which part you there.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So, where make you last year, so man?
I have a glaucoma, me have motor. Glaucoma.
Okay. You should have smoke some more ganja, man.
Yeah, the motor.
Yeah.
Call me back when you come off on the radio.
No, me not call you back, man. How you talk about bridging?
But me hear for them to call me. Then
Yeah, all right. Make me if you find her, do my call. Give thanks, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I hope you find her. That you can find her.
Yes,
that.
motor. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Yes, all right. You see this sister here? We are going to play for your CD because I must tell you that every year Andra bring out a CD